So from when was your first experience from getting out of an arcade to actually going to an event at a hall, at a hotel? When do you remember your first
So,
ever
so this is the
personal
thing.
experience with that?
This is the thing, and that kind of correlates with uh, in me falling out with Neo Crash, right? Like I just had enough of the fighting game community. Um, Between my falling out with them, I tried to patronize Chinatown Fair a couple of times. I didn't have a great experience at Chinatown over the years. Uh, I felt because I was an outsider, occasionally showing up there to have some matches,
Oh, it was very clickish.
very clickish, very extremely clickish, and it's just like I felt like it didn't feel welcome. You know, you can go to an event today and play a fighting game, and you can make a friend, and you can if you don't make a friend, you have someone that can discuss with you about the game. Why'd you lose? Why'd you win? Or vice versa. Why
You
you
should do
discussing
this.
it?
You should do that.
Wasn't any of that in the arcade.
Personally, if you ask me, and I've been to Chinatown Fair quite a couple of times, I'm sure nobody's gonna remember me because I didn't frequent it as much as some people did. But that, if you ask me, this is just my opinion. That was actually one of the downfalls for that because it was too cliquish. You know, the same people were just in there. I mean, they were feeding the machines, but at the same time, that cliquish feeling turned off a lot of people.
Right.
And you could also say because systems caught up with arcade machines, more people are playing at home
Hmm.
than they go out. But that's just always been my feeling towards it. I mean, I was there the last night Chinatown Fair closed down, and I mean, I used to go there occasionally, but I just felt like I had to go there. I went there with Mike, and it was just still the same thing, same cliquish feeling. And it's
I
like
went too. I went the last Sunday it was open. I went in the afternoon.
we
Just
actually
because.
went the previous Saturday. We went there Saturday night.
Yeah, I just because I still respected the competition in Chinatown. Competition was fierce in Chinatown. It was obviously the best in the city by
Of course,
far,
yes.
and realizing later probably one of the best in the country. You know, and I remember holding my own in certain games. I was in the middle of the pack in Third Strike. I It was hard for me to to play defensively in that game. Like the expert level parrying was
Which game was this?
Third Strike,
Okay.
Street Fighter 3. And that was hard for me to be really stand out. So, but I still like to play it. And occasionally I'll get a win or two. But it was very very strong players down there. King of Fighters was more my speed. I was able to hold my own. One of my longest arcade streaks in any game ever was in Chinatown Fair. King of Fighters '98 had just came out, and I ran 30 plus win streak in '98. Um, if you ever been a fighting game player who's been in that situation in an arcade running some sort of a streak, you know it gets tiring. Um, when you have 30 wins in KOF, it's like 70 wins in any other game because it's 3 out of 5 matches, and stuff, and it gets tiring. I pretty much lost. The reason why I lost that day was fatigue. I was just tired.
Yeah, a lot of people don't look at it, but when you're standing up,
Yeah, when you
up
stand,
straight.
I'm
I,
talking about this is 3 hours with your neck cranked. Well, I'm tall, with your neck cranked down a certain way, and you're playing, and I had this weird persona around strangers in fighting games. If I didn't know you, right, it's almost as if I didn't acknowledge that you were playing next to me.
fuck off.
I wouldn't acknowledge you. I wouldn't look at you. I would just be stone cold. And people would lose and look at me, and I could feel them looking at me, and I would never take my eye off the screen. I would just sit there and wait for the next person to come play.
Is that the way? Is that why you treated me that like that the first night we met? I mean,
What?
we're driving down VSM. He's just staring forward. Just drive.
No, because it's just like, what, you want me to stare at you while you're driving? Wouldn't that be awkward? That would be
No,
so
but
awkward.
have conversation.
I know. I think we converse. I'm not a
No,
non.
you just stare forward.
I'm not like that. If
I
I
know, I
did
know.
that, there must have been something on my mind.
I'm fucking with you. Don't worry.